Welcome to the February 23rd, 2025 edition of Exorcists in Cars Getting Coffee. You're probably wondering, why are we cranking out a bunch of these right now? Well, the truth of the matter is, I am actually testing out camera equipment right now with you guys. And it takes a while to develop skills. So you got to have a bunch of little mini projects, like little mini documentaries. And I noticed in my last couple of Exorcists in Cars Getting Coffee, I would experiment with camera angles. You notice the last camera angle wasn't so flattering on me. So I'm trying adjusting the camera angle to this new one now. And while I'm experimenting with my sound and my video editing and all this stuff, I'll go ahead and give you guys some quality content here. Today we're going to discuss a case I worked on back in 2009. It was two people, but it was the same case. It's really odd. It involved spiritual attachment and it involved demonic obsession. So back in the early days of M16 Ministries, I received an email from a man in San Francisco who said he was a ghost hunter and he's with a ghost hunting team and has spiritual attachment. He said he came home from one investigation over in Antioch over at Hell's Gate. Some of you guys are local to California understand that there's some activity at Hell's Gate. This story pertains to that. And a spiritual attachment that came home from one of the guys' investigations at a house out there. So let me start with this. So I got the email. The guy's telling me he wakes up at night and there's a dark shadow just hovering over his bed and it's groping him or strangling him or doing other stuff. So we worked with this guy probably about for 3 weeks on breaking the hold of this spiritual attachment. And as I was working with the guy, he went to New Agers and all this other stuff. No, it didn't work. God had to help him. The interesting thing about this client was he was, I'm going to kind of just tweak his name here a bit so people don't know who he is. But he was known as Tie-Dye Fred. He wore tie-dye all the time. Why was he Tie-Dye Fred? He was kind of a hippie's outcast, but he worked with a San Francisco band, a very big one, the Grateful Dead. He was a roadie for him. So this guy was an interesting character to connect with and talk with about history and stuff like that. But also as we worked with him to break off the spirit. Now, what was going on was he was getting like these intestinal demonic demons and stuff attacking his gut, attacking all sorts of stuff. And as I was working with him, I noticed he did know that Jesus was the only means of help for him. That is correct during spiritual attachments. Not burning sage, not going to see a psychic. They won't break this off. So as I work with him, I said, I did notice something, that you want Jesus to remove you from your pain more so than you want Jesus. He goes, that's not true. That's not true. I said, this is an observation. You're struggling more and more, wondering why, why is all this stuff gone away yet? Why hasn't the curse broken? And I said, I think you need to start focusing more. I talk to people about this. You need to start focusing more on who Jesus is and more on him as being your creator, as being the preeminence in this universe and the creator of this universe. And that he's a God that created you and loved you. And as we moved towards this, he actually came out to meet me. We met face to face after about 4 weeks at one of my deliverance meeting sessions. And that was kind of an interesting session too, because the night he chose to come out to meet me, we actually had a full demonic possession case come out to the deliverance session as well. So it was a very busy night for Mike, so to speak. But I worked with Tie-Dye Fred, and he still had these things just eating away at his gut and going after him. I said, hey, look, I know, I'm just hearing in the spirit through Jesus that you got to go deeper with Jesus and this will break off. So he goes, well, I've been meeting with a Catholic priest too, based on what you said, and he's helped me become a Catholic. And I said, well, that's fine and all, but you need to go deep with Jesus. Ask him how he can take you deeper with Jesus. And after a while, he did convert to Catholicism and looked at that local priest, and they went and blessed his house too. And this combination of works we were doing, the spiritual attachment broke off. And I was talking to Tie-Dye Fred afterwards, doing the other wrap-ups with them. I goes, hey, this is great. And I told you, you had to work with Jesus directly to get this done. That's how it usually works. He goes, yeah, I understand that now. And we start talking about the case, and I go, well, tell me about this place out there at Hell's Gate. He goes, well, they went out to investigate this house. They're ghost hunting team, the paranormal team. The guy called him out. He lived in the Hell's Gate up there in Antioch. You can look it up. There's a bunch of videos out there regarding this. And he went to his house, and he said the garage had a demonic portal in it. Things were going in and out, and they were doing their little, what we called boys with toys. That's how he got spiritually attachments from the garage. He goes, well, the weirdest thing was this dog with this giant cancer knot on its head walking around. So he felt really sorry for the dog, but he knew it was from that demonic activity in the house. So probably like after I worked with Tie-Dye Fred and things broke off with him, as people do, we drift apart. I didn't really hear much from him ever again. Now fast forward so this is about 2009. So let's go 3 years forward. Let's say 2012, 2011 maybe. I have another pastor out in Antioch, gives me a call and goes, hey, I need you to work with this guy. He's obsessed with seeing gray aliens and demons, and he posts all these pictures constantly on Facebook, on social media. Can you talk with him and help break him what's going on here? I go, well, we'll give it a shot. So reach out to this guy and say, hey, let's meet face to face, see what's going on. I want to see if there's actually demons in the house or sense them or feel them. And at that time, I brought along with me, because I was going to somebody's house, Jason from Lion's Pride. Jason's now moved on. He's a police officer now. Really cool guy. I think he's still doing a lot of ministry stuff. But I chose to bring Jason with me because we're going to somebody's house I didn't know. And we go into this guy's house, immediately feel a demonic presence. It was like this condo, but it felt dark, musty. You felt a demonic presence there. And the guy that called us out, his brother showed up too. And his brother goes, I want to keep an eye on you guys, because all you Christians out there, this guy was a Catholic, he goes, all you Christians out there just want money out of my brother to, do deliverance ministry and all this stuff. That's not what we're here for. We're here to help him, here to see what's going on. And he said, yeah, an exorcist was out with him before in the house, and nothing really worked. And his priest at his church, his diocese, or whatever it was getting mad at him for the demonic obsession in the church going on. So he was getting attacked in church. And so this guy was kind of like pushed out of the church. But he was still Catholic. Okay, let's see what's going on. So we're sitting there talking with this guy. He goes, I used to live in this house out near Hell's Gate. And these paranormal investigators came out, and I go, wait a minute, was there this guy that wore tie-dye came out? He goes, yeah, I remember him. It was Tie-Dye Fred. He goes, yeah, it was him. Because the guy was with the roadie for the Grateful Dead. I go, yeah, that's the guy. He goes, yeah, he was there. He was in bad shape when he came out. And I go, by any chance, do you also have a dog that had a huge cancer? He goes, yeah, it was my dog. And so, by providence or something, all the dots are connected together. This is the same case I'm back on, because Tie-Dye Fred goes, you should reach out to this guy and work with him. I go, I'm not going out there unless Jesus sends me out there. Of course, Jesus sent me out around this one. So we're working with this guy, and while I'm talking to him, he had in his living room, it was a small condo, and it just felt demonic in that place. You could feel stuff, creepy crawlies, all the ticks, as my friend Megan would say. And while we're talking to him, he starts shouting, look at the screen, there they are. He had some picture up, and I go, I don't see nothing, a picture of a tree. He goes, look at it. And I'm like, I don't see nothing. And after a second or two, when you look at it, all of a sudden you saw like these little gray aliens faces popping out of trees. I go, what the heck? That wasn't there a second ago. So it was like this weird demonic obsession going on with this guy in the pictures. They go, well, to break this, you're going to have to follow my instructions, and you're going to have to stop taking pictures. You're going to have to start posting them if you're in a state of demonic obsession, and it's sucking you into it. So obviously spirits at work here doing this. He goes, I can't. I got to provide proof. I go, you've already provided thousands of hours of proof. We got to stop, and it's about you, and we got to break you out of this. And his brother's going, yeah, listen to him. I think they're right, And then when we're trying to have a little bit of breakthrough, these demons started manifesting, started scratching the brother, and started scratching the guy. And they left Jason and I alone. And the brother was more freaked out, going, aren't you guys getting scratched? I said, no, we're not. He goes, these things won't touch us. They know they're not allowed to touch us. And, because they're Catholic, like, okay, well, they had a whole, one step above us as being Christians. Go, no, we're just followers of Jesus. That's why we're trying to tell you, if you guys, back off on this, quit looking at the pictures and dive more back into Jesus, this stuff will break off, and we'll probably do a few exorcisms on this guy as well. But as we wrapped up the night, Jason and I both came to the conclusion this guy didn't want any help. He just wanted to have people look at his pictures, which was a very bad thing because that was the next step possession. And as we did research, another pastor reached out to me and goes, hey, did you know that house I sent you to was also the site of a satanic ritual abuse case with children about 10 years prior? I'm going, what? So when this guy fled his house at Hell's Gate, the demons led him to choose another house that was demonized in Antioch. Now, this is crazy. But it was, that's how some of these things work out. That's why demonic obsession is so dangerous. You have to break people of it right away. Because a lot of times, if they're in that space of demonic obsession, they don't want to listen for help. They just want you, look. And if they can't wake up and pull themselves out of it, very bad things happen. Usually leads to possession or worse, like happened in this case. And when Jason and I were done with him that night, we felt he wasn't going to contact us ever again. He didn't, because our instructions were to work with us. You had to stop taking pictures. You have to put your foot down because you just can't cater to people. Okay, I'm going to hold your hand here. No, they have to take the step for healing, and he didn't, and it eventually costed him. But yeah, that's crazy stuff, man. Matt and Tie-Dye Fred, man. The Grateful Dead. All sorts of strange stuff we've been involved with. Like, we've done thousands of weird cases, man. So, I hope that was informative to you guys. Like I said, we're here testing my Pocket Osmo 3 because I want to make sure I get audio right. I'm using the DJI wireless microphone with it, but this is a loud little car. It has intermittent assist, hybrid motor. It turns off, gets quiet, like now. It's quiet. Between the road noise and everything else, if I'm going to record in this car and do ministry trips, I'm going to start looking at how to do noise cancellation, also color lookup tables, things like that. So these are my learning curves, but at the same time, you get some quality stories from the M16 archives, right? The M16 X-Files here. So hope you guys enjoyed this. Interesting stuff. And I'm going to make sure it look like I got a better quality shot. I'll be doing more of this. I actually got an Osmo 4, kind of like a GoPro camera, and I'll be doing test videos with this stuff too. I want to get to the point where I could deploy at a haunting or some other stuff going on, or one of the Holy Ghost adventures, and have great camera shots, editing. So the whole deal is I'm going to give you guys stories or go to places and shoot video that's of interest to you guys, kind of like a vlog, just so I get my skills up to speed. Because the only way I'm going to get my skills up to speed in editing and camera composition is to shoot video. And this is one of them. All right, my friends. This is the M16 Bishop and the M16 Ministry Mobile with another story of exorcists and cars getting coffee. Amen. Till next time.